There's great potential with the import exhibition for foreign companies selling into China, and especially for Canadian companies. And I think the import exhibition has got the great potential to demonstrate that China's market is increasingly open, as President Xi has said. And I think that Canadian companies should take advantage of the possibilities and go to the import exhibition and take advantage of the buyers that will be there. 所以加拿大公司已经有好消息，这个进口的协会是很重要的一个活动。我们加中商务协会的会员可以到上海去，就是帮助他们在中国的sales. I think there's a whole range of industries that can benefit from the Chinese economy, from the import exhibition. But I'd feature a couple of them. I think green technologies are one area of real Canadian strength and where China could benefit from what Canada has to offer. I think agri-food, we've got a wonderful supply chain in terms of excellent, high-quality, international standard food products. So that's another sector where I think there's great potential. I think other sectors include aerospace, some high technology sectors, where there's great capacity in Canada and opportunity for our members in the China market. I think the companies that have the best understanding of the Chinese market are those that have been there for many years. They've figured out how the Chinese economy works. And of course, it's a China market, but for many of our companies, it's specific markets in China. It might be in Shanghai, on the eastern coast, it may be in the north, or it may be in the south, or indeed out west. So there are many markets in China. So I think there's a lot of capacity in Canada. I think we can do more. I think there are more Canadian companies who have some products or services that would do very well in the China market. So I think for a lot of reasons that our members should look at this seriously at the exhibition. I think the important thing is that in the first year, that the first exhibition will set the tone and create expectations for foreign companies about not only the exhibition itself, how many buyers there are, how many sales are made, how real those contracts are, but will also set the expectations for what this import exhibition will mean for the future, and how it communicates to the outside world and to foreign companies, and indeed to foreign governments, what the government of China's views about the openness of its domestic economy is. So for those reasons, I think that this is an extremely important import exhibition. I'm pleased that the senior Chinese leadership appears to be supporting it. I think it's a way of demonstrating in concrete terms what President Xi has said about China's new leadership role as an open economy, as a big import market, and the importance that he has attached to growing the role of foreign sales into the Chinese market and for liberalization on some of the domestic policy fronts. For all those reasons, I personally think this is an extraordinarily important exhibition, and one which I know the government of China is taking seriously and working hard to make a success. And that's all very good news. And I think the first year will be critical in establishing the credibility of the import exhibition, and that this is very important as a signal to the international community about the openness of the Chinese market and the reforms that are going on inside China. I think our two economic systems on the one hand are very different, but on the other hand, the connections between them have been growing over the 40 years that the Canada-China Business Council has been in existence. I think it's critical that you know your strengths, whether you're a Chinese company in Canada or a Canadian company going to China, but also be confident in what we have to offer for our Canadian members in China. I think there are some great opportunities in luxury goods. There are some wonderful opportunities in seafood and agri-food. We have great technology in green technologies. I haven't even spoken about tourism, which is an important dimension of how Canadian companies can take advantage of the opportunities that China's economic growth has brought. So I think that there's to look up, to look to the east, to look to Asia, and to look to China is very important for the future prosperity of Canadian companies, including small and medium enterprises. So I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunities. Don't be afraid of difficulties. I think if you have a good product and a good service to offer, I think there are some excellent opportunities in China that you should be considering.